Hi, I'm Jim Gary and welcome to Petillopi's Workshop. I had a problem with the shore power connection to my 26-year-old Workhorse-based motorhome. The plug that goes into the outside shore power box had a partial meltdown after 4 years of good service. So I replaced the plug, the outlet, and figured out a better way to keep it dry in the future. So please be aware that I'm a biologist, not a professional electrician. I'm showing you what I did, not what I think you should do. So please consult a professional before taking on work like this. And as always, I welcome any comments or suggestions you may have. If you found this video interesting, there are links to my other videos in the description below. So please like and subscribe. Now let's get on with the video. So this is the setup I have for shore power for my motorhome. I ran the wire through conduit underground, but it's outdoor wire, and I put this allegedly weatherproof box on top. And the other day I couldn't get my air conditioner in the RV to start. Over the winter I didn't run it that much, but now I need to again. And I opened this up and I found it looks like serious damage. Looks like burn marks on the prongs to this. This was actually right after we had some really bad rains, but you can also see marks here, right around there. And this whole thing was wet, had water in it. So here's my shop panel, and this is where the RV power comes from. It's this 30 amp circuit right here, and it's turned off. I've got it marked on my little chart here, so it's off. For this box, I've turned off the main circuit breaker here in the RV. So I went to Lowe's thinking I could just buy what I needed at Lowe's, but of course you can't. So I went on Amazon and I got this. This is made specifically for our RVs, 30 amp. They don't tell you, but it's 110 volts. So I've got that. It's got a clamp-on system, so I can replace that. And this, they claimed, was a waterproof box, but it's got a major flaw in that if you have the plug in there, it can't close over the plug. So it's a joke that they call this waterproof, because that's what it would look like. So even if the only time it might be waterproof would be if you were didn't have a plug in it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this box off with my P2R2 bit. I want to see what the damage is inside. It's pretty corroded inside. I hope I didn't glue it in. Let's find out. So it looks like I did glue it in. Of course, I want it to be waterproof. I'm just going to order this plug, a new one, and I'm going to replace the plug on the end, but I'm not going to use that other box I bought. It's definitely seen some rough times, but the wires are fine. So I'm just going to replace this, put it back in this box. So there were 3 screws, one here, and one here, and it comes apart, but it does have a good clamp to clamp it in to the wire, and that's something that's important. And here, it looks like the wires just go in and set right in there. So as I look at the original plug, something was really bad here. It was this prong. I don't think it was the outlet. I think it was this, something inside here. But anyway, I'm going to cut this off and put the new one on. It's pretty hard to cut wire this big. Should just be 3 wires, a black, a white, and a green, and a black and white, and either a green or a bare. The white one's cut. There, so there's that plug. So I want to strip it about where my thumb is. Strip the outside off. Don't want to go in far enough to cut the wire inside. There, I'm still not all the way through. We're getting it. There. Should just slide off. There we are. So this is multi-strand wire. I don't need a ton stripped off of it, but just a little. I use my biggest stripper. That did pretty well. Got all the wires, didn't cut any. Just need to cut off this little bit of rubber here. I'm going to put a ferrule on this just so I don't have to worry about it, the strands. Ferrules are something kind of underutilized, I think. But they're so easy to do. You just get the ferrules, they're cheap, and you get one of these tools and you put the ferrule on there. And then you just squeeze it and it ratchets in and it makes the wire square and holds all the little pieces together, makes it much easier to put in. So I'll do the same to the others. So it turned out better. I had to shorten the black and white ones to effectively make the green one longer because it was just making me nervous how close it was getting. So go ahead and put the white one on the right. And I noticed when the plug came, it had the screws were facing outward. So that's what I'm doing here. The white one fits down here. That one put in there. Yep. Wanted this to be able to go around here. The other way. Ah, that's much better. Okay, I feel good about that. So there's another problem. I've got that screw sticking the wrong way, so I've got to reverse that. Okay, let's just test it out. Black one back in. Run this one through. There we go. Now I feel really good about that. I think that's going to work. I think that's going to work. So let's see if I can get the box top of it on. Yep, fits perfectly. So here's the screws. 1, 2, 3. And now here's the clamp. I want that to be good and tight because I don't want any issue of this tension getting pulled onto those connectors inside. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I am going to replace this with a new one. So I bought the identical one I had bought before. This is from Amazon. It's an AIDA flush mount RV outlet. I noticed that these bumps here, there's these little things to shield, I guess, a screw so you can slide it in or something. I'm not really sure. But these don't allow the plug, the outlet, to fit flush. It wobbles. So I'm going to go ahead. I've already cut one off, and I'm going to cut the other one off just with a Dremel. So now the outlet will fit flush like it should. I hadn't noticed that before. So the black one goes into this copper here. And the white goes in the silver one. And the ground just goes in the green one. Just want to make sure these are tight. The ground wasn't quite tight. So now we're ready just to put it in. Got the 2 screws ready here. So I'm just going to double check with hand tight because I want those foam sealants to do a good job. But I don't want to break anything either. But let's test her out and see if it works. Circuit, I believe it's the top one. I think the bottom one isn't used. Yeah, they are. Then on the outside of the motorhome, this is the circuit breaker that I put for incoming shore power. So the cable from our shore power goes in through this. So I'll turn this circuit breaker on. So I'm in my motorhome. This is the big rack mount battery, although I don't have it in a rack. And here's the power switch. And the recommendation is you turn the power to the battery on first. So I just did that. To turn on the power to the charger. But apparently the charger turned on automatically. So that's on. So I came in the motorhome and the AC is already running, because that was the problem before. The AC had stopped running because that problem with the plug was limiting charging of my battery. So everything's good now. So I shut off the shore power, pulled this out. Take these two screws out here. So I've got those ready. So now I can pop this out. And I think if I just screw this on right about here. So now what I want to do is just mount this over this piece. Like that. Then I'll mount the box onto the front, and that'll give me a little room to slide something down over everything. So this is just going to go on like that. But let's see now if we can get this over. Connected here and here. I think that'll be fine. So I need to put a little piece of wood there. So I ended up taking off the lid just to pin held the hinge on. So here's my setup, and it's been running for a couple of weeks, no problem at all. Looks good. And this is what I ended up putting over it, just this kitty litter. It came from a plastic kitty litter box. It fits perfectly. And it has kept it really dry, and we've had some torrential rains, and it's been perfectly dry inside there, so I'm pretty happy with that. So this was a relatively easy fix, but I thought the process might be useful to some of you. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Similar videos of mine are linked in the description below. Bye.